of my Sagittarians out there. Please make sure to get my book at Amazon or BarnesandNoble.com. The link to that is in the description box below as usual. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share the video. So let's get into this. So for my Sagittarians, you have the Eight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, the Hermit, Seven of Cups, Two of Swords, Ace of Cups, that's interesting, Nine of Pentacles, Five of Cups, and last but not least, the Justice. Very interesting. So the Eight of Swords, Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, right, is all about how, as of right now, a lot of you Sagittarians you may not want to take any kind of physical action towards any kind of relationships, any kind of business ventures. Right now, you're just around thinking about it, right? The Eight of Swords. The Queen of Swords represents try not to have analysis paralysis, because if you think too much, then you will have analysis paralysis, right? If you don't want to leap when it comes to relationships, you don't have to, right? And I don't necessarily suggest that you even do that, because once you begin to do that, what you're going to have is you're going to get frozen in time. You're going to get stuck. You're going to be in a situation where you're going to be too afraid to act, as opposed to if you think too much, as opposed to where if you think and then go for it, right? Now, the Queen of Wands represents how also too your desire to ultimately want to take action will end up getting snuffed out. So you have to pay attention to that. When it comes to relationships, the same thing, okay? The Hermit and the Seven of Cups, right, represents how, a lot of you Sagittarians are very much so waiting for the perfect time, right? Because a lot of you Sagittarians have options. But what I'm seeing here is a lot of you Sagittarians are not necessarily really biting at, like a fish, to that hook on any of those options and letting anybody reel you in. You know how it is with me, you know what I mean, when I want to say something and stuff like this, and I don't necessarily know how people are going to accept it, because I know that, a lot of times people are very sensitive, but it is what it is. Sagittarius is one of those zodiac signs where you really have to watch out for that. You know what I mean? Like, the zodiac signs of, the zodiac signs of Virgo, Aquarius, Pisces, and Sagittarius, and even to a certain extent Capricorn, are those zodiac signs where if you don't pay attention, right, those are the zodiac signs that can ultimately be the false prophet. And what I mean when I say the false prophet is they can first seem like they're coming with some knowledge, but they can end up going in the other direction and end up showing you just how bad the situation is. Now, go back to my video on how to understand Sagittarius. You have to understand right, my Sagittarians, and I'm not hating on you, I'm just keeping it 100. I have a Sagittarius brother. I've known many Sagittarians before. I liked a Sagittarius, tried to speak to Sagittarius. A lot of you, plenty of Sagittarians, a lot of y'all Sagittarians give people a difficult time, because, a lot of y'all, and I don't, again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. A lot of y'all Sagittarians give people who want to be with y'all a hard time because a lot of y'all be on BS. And, and I'm respectfully calling out your BS, because what I mean by that is that just like Geminis, y'all don't give credence to people who are treating you well. Y'all a lot of times, and I'm not saying all the time, but take a look at Brad Pitt, right? Like, a lot of y'all create mischief, just like Aries, in relationships with people who are treating you well. And the thing is, People are not doing anything to you who are treating you well. But you will stay in relationships with Cancer crabs. And every single time that I've ever seen, just my own personal life, I must have seen this combination 2 or 3 times. Every single time that I ever seen a Sagittarius couple up with a Cancer, the Sagittarius has gotten destroyed. So y'all gotta watch out. Y'all gotta stop doing that. If y'all really want to be in a relationship, then be in a relationship. If that's not something that you want to do, then it's time to get real and stop lying to yourselves about what you want individually, let alone as a collective. Now you have the Two of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. So these 3 cards are about how, right now you see yourself. And how you see yourself as a person that doesn't necessarily know where they want to go, what they want to do. The Ace of Cups is you have a lot, like I said, you have a lot of people who may want to talk to you, may want to say something, but don't necessarily, stick out to you or stand out to you because of the Nine of Pentacles. You may be a little bit too preoccupied, right? Or they may want this with you, but you may be in your own world, because Sagittarians, their minds can be all over the place. And too often times, that's why it is that Sagittarians don't necessarily, that's why Sagittarians can be kind of one-hit wonders and stuff like this. Take a look at, Nicki Minaj being a Sagittarius. Take a look at who's taking place of that. Cardi B being a Libra. You know what I mean? Cardi B being a Libra. And, Sagittarians kind of leave the door open for more stable zodiac signs to kind of come in and take the reins. You know what I mean? Take a look at Robert Whitaker, who's Sagittarius / Capricorn, but more on the Sagittarius side by a day. And take a look at Israel Adesanya, who's a Cancer. Every single time. Whipping Robert's butt every time, both times. And, so y'all got to watch out for that, Be down for something. It's okay to take a break, but stop being all over the place too much and expecting some sort of catharsis or realization, or stop expecting yourself to get to a new level. Be steady and steadfast with your emotional state. Get over the trying to be this Don Juan, because this Don Juan type stuff is really messing y'all up. Because a part of being a Sagittarius too is Sagittarians are so worried about people, locking them down. Sagittarians don't necessarily seem to understand that they may have a mental issue, because a lot of y'all don't seem to understand that no one can lock you down. See, and I this is what I'm talking about. It's the claustrophobia type stuff. Nobody can lock you down and entrap you into a space that you don't want to. So you have a fear of this because, you don't want to end up committing yourself. You don't have to get married. You don't have to, you know what I mean? There's ways about going about getting the things that you want without having to get married or do things the traditional way. But I don't know, Sagittarians, a lot of y'all seem to think that somehow, there's only one way of doing things. So you have the Five of Cups, and then you have the Justice. Now, the Five of Cups and the Justice are about a situation where a lot of you need to understand that, and because of this, the Five of Cups represents you have people kind of looking at this and seeing questioning what would be good as a relationship with y'all. So y'all are so much kind of stalling other people out to the point where those same people and those choices that you have. What's up? That's my cat. They're starting to, hold on. Come here. Love you, baby. Love you. All right. Okay. All right. Eesh. But they're starting to even question the situation themselves, you know. So then you have the justice, all right? And the justice represents, if you need some time, take time. And there's no shame in that. So let's clarify the justice card. You have the Lovers, which is Gemini, which is the exact opposite sign of Sagittarius. Five of Swords, and then you have the Fool. Right. Make steady decisions on what you want. Stop deviating, because you're going to create a lot of unnecessary controversy. And if you're going to do something, stop overthinking it and jump in with both feet. So the cards even reflect what it is I'm saying. I didn't make this up. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe. Peace.